Hello and welcome to Snack Decisions, the show where I help you make good snack decisions. On today's episode, we are going to do something from another state. This time, New Mexico. I recently went and was asking around what's the snack to get that's native or unique to New Mexico, and one thing kept coming up. Bizcochitos, the national or the state cookie of New Mexico. I'll give you a little background on that and a couple other things, and then we'll get into it. So the Bizcochito is a New Mexican crisp butter cookie made with lard and flavored with sugar, cinnamon, and anise. The dough is rolled thin and cut into the shape of a fleur-de-lis, a Christian cross, a star, or a circle that symbolizes the moon. I think the ones that I got are... they look like a flower, so maybe star is the closest. I don't know. We'll get to that when we get to it. The cookie was developed in New Mexico over centuries from the first Spanish colonists of what was then known as Santa Fe de Nuevo Mexico. So this is before the United States took over that land. The roots of the pastry date back as far as the Battle of Puebla in 1862. Those two things don't make sense because the Battle of Puebla was in 1862 and the colonization of Nuevo Mexico was in like the 1400s, 1492. So I'm assuming it became a little bit more popular after the Battle of Puebla in 1862, which is also where Cinco de Mayo comes from. So the Bizcochito is commonly served during celebrations like wedding receptions, baptisms, and religious holidays, and very, very popular during Christmas. But it is available year-round. Despite being the state cookie, it was very difficult to find, honestly. Not too many people were selling them. I had to go to a taco place. I forgot the name of the place. The Total Wine out there had a variant of it, and then for some reason, no one told me to go to the actual store. They had everything there, obviously, in the factory store. But as for it being the state cookie, that happened in 1989, and it was the first state to have U.S. state to have a official state cookie. It is now. There are 2 U.S. states that have official state cookies. Massachusetts has a chocolate chip cookie as their state cookie. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on that. Celina's Bizcochitos, they seem to be the only ones available all the time. Celina Grief, or Grife, is the owner of Celina's Bizcochitos. She started it November 10th of 2010. Basically, she uses a side job after the housing crisis hit in 2008. So in 2010, she started splitting time between being a real estate agent and making the Bizcochitos, and then she went all in. And now they were shop specific ones they only sell at certain times of the year. They have ones they ship everywhere. It's a whole thing now. So yeah, the state cookie of New Mexico. Let's dive into it. It's a twist tie and a bag on these. They also sell them in boxes. I didn't know that when I bought this one. I should have taken the boxes for the plane ride home. Very easy to open once you get the twist tie off. It's nice it comes in a bag like this with the twist tie because then you can reseal it and keep the cookies fresh. Oh, no. Top one crumbled. Well, there you can see the interior of the Bizcochito and kind of what it looks like. I'll see if the second one comes a little bit more in a whole shape. Oh, the crumbs on this. Southwest, what were you doing? Here we go. Much more full. There is the Bizcochito. Again, missing a little bit of the sides, but that was probably due to packaging more than anything else in the my luggage. But the packaging itself, again, really easy to open, and you can reseal it to keep these cookies fresh, which I do like. The box would probably, again, be better for transportation as opposed to this bag. I will give the packaging a 4. Again, easy to open. I do like the Ziploc resealable, but again, as is, it's fine. You can reseal it and keep them fresh. If you lose a twist tie, you can come up with something else, but that could get dangerous, but who knows. It starts off as a standard cookie, I guess you want to say. Sugar, butter is what I was getting. I don't get a ton of cinnamon on it. I don't know if these don't have cinnamon, but the anise really comes in at the end. I am not a big fan of anise. There is a little bit of it. It is a supporting character in this whole thing. The flavor does stick with you, but it's not the dominant thing. It does make the cookie a unique thing, though, one that you're not going to get anywhere else. Man, that anise really sticks with you there. Wow, at the end. It's a good cookie. Again, the anise is going to lower it a little bit for me, so I'm going to give the taste 4 stars on that. If there was a little bit less of an anise taste hanging around, I would give it a little bit more, probably the 5, but that anise taste is still hanging around, so yeah, I'll give it a 4. It's a good cookie, straightforward, no problems there. Value, I honestly forgot what I paid for this. I want to say it was like $5 for all these. That's 5-star value, honestly. I think the boxes were about 4 or 5, even the variants, so yeah, 5-star value on that. You're getting a lot of them. It is a specific cookie to a state, so its value is basically determined where you live. Honestly, if you live there, it's probably going to be, the value is going to go down a little bit. But again, I'm not from there. These are unique. Yeah, 5-star value on that. Let's hit up the snack bar. And of course, if I'm doing a New Mexican cookie, I am definitely going to be doing a beer from New Mexico. And when I first went in to the first brewery, I think it was the first or second brewery we went to when we got there, I asked, hey, what would pair with a Bizcochito? After them saying, oh, that's a Christmas thing, I'm like, well, no, hopefully I can get them. They recommended their stout. So, from La Cumbre, it is their Malpais stout. It is a big medal winner, which I will get to. It seems to have a problem trying to get past silver, because 3 times it has gotten there and has not breached that mountain. La Cumbre was started by Jeff Earway and his wife Laura in 2010. They have 2 locations now. La Cumbre means the summit in English, in Spanish, and the translation obviously is the summit. They do have 2 locations. I went to the original one that was kind of in like an industrial area. They're one in the central area of Albuquerque, and I believe there was one on the west side of Albuquerque, about 20 minutes away from each other. So this Malpais stout is brewed with 7 different kinds of malt and is basically a foreign extra stout. It won silver in GABF in 2011 and 2018. Those award shows are held yearly. It won a World Beer Cup silver, which at the time were being held every other year. In 2012, the World Beer Cup is now every year. I think it was 2 years ago or a year ago when they switched it. And Malpais means Badlands in English. That was a creamy pour. This is not nitro at all. Very like a finger ahead. It's like a root beer float with the amount of head on that. A little bit, maybe a dark brown color gradient, but it's basically pitch black. It's a stout, as it should be. Bitter roast and a little bit of chocolate. That might be a bitter chocolate. I don't know, a baker's chocolate. But again, 7 different types of malt. I know I saw chocolate malt on there. It doesn't smell like it's a bitterness from the hops, so I won't rage about bitter stouts on this episode, thankfully. Yeah, bitter roast, chocolate. I'm not getting much of anything else. Let's try it. So yes, it does finish with a little bitterness. It kind of tastes like a malt bitterness. I don't know. It's not a hop bitterness. It might be a roast bitterness, but it does finish bitter. There is a current of chocolate going through it. It is not sweet. It is not overly chocolate. It is a little bit of chocolate going through it. It is somehow extremely creamy. I don't know how they pulled that off without making this like a nitro can, but it is very creamy mouthfeel. It is full. I just realized I forgot to say the ABV on this thing. Hopefully it's low because it does not drink. Oh God, 7.5%. Yeah. Yeah. It does not drink 7.5% at all. Yeah, that's a very good bitter stout. It's not meant to be thick. It's not an imperial stout. It's not a porter or anything like that. It's doing exactly what it said it would. Yeah, and kind of bitter, a little bit of chocolate, nice and creamy. Taste, 5 stars. Good job, La Cumbre. When you do go there, you probably want to get their elevated IPA as well. That thing's a banger. Time to pair, and this is why we head to the snack bar and do the pairings. So the two big things I noted about the Bizcochito when I had it without any pairing, I didn't get a lot of the cinnamon, and the anise would stay around in your mouth a little bit too long and kind of linger. Again, if you're a fan of anise, you're going to love that. I am not, so I had to lower the taste score. When you have these two together, I don't get much of an anise flavor. It gets kicked out pretty much and replaced by the roast bitterness of the stout. That's good. Likewise, more cinnamon was coming out as I was eating it with the beer. Maybe the anise was overpowering it when I had it without the beer, and now it's coming to play when the anise gets knocked out. That's why you pair beer, food, and wine and things like that, because sometimes this happens. 5 stars. It made those cookies even better. That's how you get 5 stars in a pairing. Now I'm really craving these cookies with this stout. Yes, thank you to the bartender at La Cumbre that said, get this beer to pair with the Bizcochitos. Awesome. If you like this, please like, subscribe, follow, send me an email, snackdecisions@gmail.com. I do have 3 other variant Bizcochitos that I will do. All different flavors, not straight like this, including a red chili one, which is probably going to get kind of interesting. But yeah, I will do those over the course of the next month or two. I'm not going to do them all in a row. I want to keep it, light and varied. But yeah, there are going to be 4 in total once I get done with all of them, all paired with a different New Mexican brewery's beer. So keep on the lookout for that. And thank you for watching. Make good snack decisions.